This is Arum with Atlanta Hawks. Keep it locked to True School Sports with Brandon Taylor.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, getting a lot of news. I'm catching up on the news, so bear with me, guys. But July 23rd, Terence Crawford set to fight against an opponent to be named later. Now, that fight, Bob Arum has made very clear on multiple occasions that Terence Crawford, no matter who the opponent will be, that fight will be a pay-per-view fight. He's putting all of his eggs in this Terence Crawford basket, and he thinks that Terence Crawford is a pay-per-view star. Now, do I personally believe that Terence Crawford should be fighting a pay-per-view at this stage of his career? The answer is no. To be honest, most people outside of boxing don't really know who he is, but he does have pay-per-view skills. He does have main event skills. So skill-wise, yes, pay-per-view for sure. Notoriety and fan base wise, not just yet. So anyway, I saw on Dante's Boxing Nation, even though I did tear into my Roman Gonzalez video a little bit, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation just for this interview because it is useful to a lot of people in the boxing world. He said basically in regards to the Terence Crawford fight, he says, as a matter of fact, Terence is coming into the office tomorrow, and this was a few days ago, so this might already happened already. But he said, as a matter of fact, Terence is coming into the office tomorrow after the press conference and will be sitting down with him trying to finalize his next fight, financially and so forth. We've talked to Postol's people. That's the fight I want to make. Whether it happens or not, we'll see in the next couple of days. And that's what he said. So, just my honest opinion on this whole fight is that if Terence, as far as pay-per-view fights go, there's only really, I pay for the fight. I pay to watch boxing matches, pay-per-views, because I love boxing and I want the sport to succeed, and I enjoy it, and I gotta make YouTube videos about it, and boxing is something I love. So I'll pay for pay-per-view fights, but there's very few fights that I paid for in my lifetime as a boxing fan where I could honestly say, I really wanted to pay that amount of money. Like, I'll give you an example. The only fight I've paid money for recently that I said, damn, I got my money's worth was a couple of weeks ago when Jesse Hart was fighting on Go Fight Live TV, and it was like $15, and you get like 9 fights, and Mike Reed, who's a prospect, fought on the undercard. Jesse Hart fought at the main event, and there was like 7 other fights between local Philadelphia guys, all action fights. That was a great card. This Postol Terence Crawford fight, I don't care what the price is, to be honest with you. This is one of the few fights where I can honestly say I don't care what the price is, because this is a fight I want to see. 2 prime, undefeated junior welterweights, okay? The 2 best for sure in the division. And they both have staked their claim as the best in the division. Whether you like Crawford or not, whether you like Postol or not, these are the 2 best currently fighting in the division. And we gotta get this fight. We gotta figure out what Crawford is made of, because he hasn't fought a true 140-pounder. Postol is a true 140-pounder. He just stopped Lucas Matisse, for Christ's sakes. On top of that, Postol's coming off the Matisse win. If he's able to beat Terence Crawford, what does that do for him? If he beats Crawford, you gotta consider putting him pound for pound at that point in time. So, I like the fight. I like that Bob is coming out, because he pretty much gave me the same sort of response when I asked him this question in New York during the Hank Lundy Crawford after the Hank Lundy Crawford press conference. He gave me pretty much the same response, that they're talking to Postol and they want to see that fight happen. So it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference now is that he's meeting with him, and they're eventually gonna try to work something out. So I like it. I'm glad that they're moving along. I tried to talk to one of the guys that I know in Crawford's camp. I didn't hear anything back. So hopefully that's a fight that gets made, because it's going to answer a lot of questions we all have as hardcore boxing fans about these guys. And honestly, I think regardless of if Crawford's a big mainstream star out of boxing, or Postol's a big mainstream star out of boxing, I think these are the kind of fights that, even if they are for more hardcore fans, these are the kind of fights that can catapult another fighter into stardom. And I think whoever wins this fight, it's the beginning of their ascension in the boxing world. So that's just my quick take on it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this fight will get made? And if this fight did happen, who do you have winning and why? Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you could love me or you could hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania, chilling in Boston. And until next time, take care, guys.